Good afternoon and a very warm welcome to Rio de Janeiro in Brazil for the final session in the 2018 ICF Extreme Canoe Slalom World Championships. Well, we've seen the individual events concluded. Now we are into the Extreme Canoe Slalom event. It's the newest event on the World Championship programme and the second year in that programme. So weather conditions, well, a lot warmer than they were this morning now, approaching 31 degrees and very full sun. Very little cloud cover here in this Parque Radical Deodoro, the venue used for the Rio 2016 Olympic Games. So it's women's quarter-finals time and we're straight into the racing. If you're not familiar with the rules in extreme slalom, it's head-to-head racing. 4 boats at a time racing. Only 2 boats get to finish or to go through into the next round. And here we have the start list. So quarter-final time, we're down to 16 boats. And only 8 of those will progress into the semi-finals, which will follow on. So 2 boats from each of the quarterfinals will go through into the next round. Well, here we are. The first quarterfinal is ready for action. And our boats lined up. Martina Wegman on the right-hand side of the picture. Ashley Nee next along. Then it is Aja Novak of Slovenia. And finally, on the left-hand side, it's Noemi Fox of Australia. So there's Noemi Fox of Australia lined up, ready to launch themselves down. Head-to-head racing. Ashley Nee of the United States of America. And then, well, Martina Wegman on paper is the favourite for this event for the Netherlands. She is the World Cup leader overall and certainly set the fastest time in the heats, and we're underway. So let me talk you through the rules. It is head-to-head racing, as I said. There are 2 upstream gates on the course, which the athletes have to negotiate. It doesn't matter whether you negotiate the upstream on the right-hand side or the left-hand side, but you must negotiate this first one. They've all done that successfully. And then they must go to the correct side of these green gates. And then we'll soon approach the roll gate. So early on in this competition, it is Aja Novak of Slovenia leading the way at the moment as she comes in towards the roll section, and Noemi Fox of Australia is in second. In third place at the moment it is Ashley Nee, and well, the favourite in the competition currently trailing, but all changed there as we see, well, having to go back for a gate. So at the moment it looks like leading the way it's Noemi Fox of Australia. Coming down towards the finish in second place, Ashley Nee of the United States of America. And in third place, it is Martina Wegman of the Netherlands, but eliminated. And then crossing the finish line last, the early leader, wearing bib number 3, Aja Novak of Slovenia. So, confirmation, there's the winner of the first of our 4 quarterfinals, Noemi Fox of Australia. The younger sister of Jessica Fox, who has been so dominant in these championships here in Rio de Janeiro. And there's the results. Noemi Fox takes the quarterfinal win ahead of Martina Wegman. So that is because Ashley Nee, who finished second, was disqualified in the competition. So there we see Noemi and Martina there, wearing bib number 4 and number 1, through to the next round. So pretty brutal at the start. The rules are quite simple. You're not allowed to use your paddles or anything to get an unfair advantage on the competitors around, but a bit of tactics. 2 upstreams, but you could choose which side of the river you choose, and then, well, you can see just how tight it is. You're allowed to touch the gates, but you must negotiate them cleanly. So there we see Naomi Fox there on gate, well, I'm not sure which gate that was, but well, so far, qualification. Naomi Fox of Australia through with Martina Wegman of the Netherlands. Now, it's the start list for the second quarter-final. The athletes lined up in this women's quarter-final of the Extreme Canoe Slalom here at the 2018 ICF Canoe Slalom World Championships. And first up, it is the Russian competitor, Polina Mukhalieva. Then it's Rosalind Lawrence wearing bib number 4 for Australia. Next up, it is Sona Stanovska for Slovakia, wearing bib number 3. And then finally, representing France, it's Lucie Baudou. So remember, 4 boats, but only the top 2 will progress into the semi-final. Well, it looks like Sona Stanovska has been left on the ramp, so a bit of work to do, and the early leader at the moment, it is Lucie Baudou. She had the fastest of all the competitors in the heats as they scrabble around to get the upstream. And it looks at the moment like Sona Stanovska has to go back round for the first of the upstream gates. So into the race lead, coming down through the first of these 2 downstream gates. It is bib number 4, Rosalind Lawrence of Australia, leading the way ahead of Lucie Baudou as they come into the roll section. Now, the roll must be a full 360-degree roll, so you must come up a different side to where you went down. As, now we watch still Rosalind Lawrence leading away, but Lucie Baudou trying to take the inside line. Actually gets crowded out there, so good move there from the competitor from the Russian Federation, Polina Mukhalieva, and that looks like it might have given her a position in the semi-finals. Rosalind Lawrence of Australia crosses the line first. Polina Mukhalieva of the Russian Federation in second. She's lying 3rd in the World Cup standings at the moment. And it looks like Lucie Baudou of France eliminated. Waiting for confirmation, but Rosalind Lawrence of Australia there, wearing bib number 4, is our leader. So she wins Heat 2 of the quarter-finals here at the World Championships. There's the result. Rosalind Lawrence of Australia progresses through into the semi-finals ahead of Polina Mukhalieva of the Russian Federation. And then, unfortunately, Lucie Baudou of France and Sona Stanovska eliminated at this stage. Great slow-mo shots here at the top of the course as the athletes vie for position. There we see Rosalind Lawrence managing to get the inside line, but Lucie Baudou does end up getting out first. But in the end, it was Rosalind Lawrence who took the honours in this second heat of the women's quarter-finals here of this Extreme Canoe Slalom. Well, no sooner as we finish the second heat and we're into the third heat here. Well, here we have our 4 competitors in this third quarter-final. And, well, the favourite, surely, Ana Chatila for Brazil. She's very much lying in second place in the overall World Cup standings. But let me introduce the paddlers. It is Marie-Zélia Lafont of France. So she is wearing bib number 2. Then wearing bib number 3, it is another competitor from Brazil. It's Zomira Estacianeta of Brazil. Then in wearing bib number 4 is Hayley Daniels of Canada. And finally, well, probably top seed in this heat, Ana Satila of Brazil. So she took the silver medal in the World Championships in this event last year. What can she do now as they're under starters' orders? Well, first down the ramp, it is Hayley Daniels, but soon crowded out as we come into the first of the upstreams. See who emerges first, and it is Ana Satila of Brazil, wearing bib number 1, who leads us down ahead of Marie-Zilia Lafont at the moment. So it is first place and second place now opening up quite a margin as they come down towards the roll gate here. So important to do a roll. You have to do a full 360. You have to come up the opposite side, so you went down. No problems there. And at the moment, they are in number order. Hayley Daniels trailing at the back, but now over the big drop, and Ana Satila has dropped low. She's left the door wide open now for Marie-Zilia Lafont, but a little bit of collision there, and Ana Satila takes, well, surely takes the win from there. And it looks like Ana Satila from Brazil comfortably takes the win and a place in the semi-final. Marie-Zilia Lafont of France is in second place and into the semi-final, and eliminated at this stage it is Almeida Estacia Neta of Brazil and Hayley Daniels of Canada. So we'll get confirmation very shortly, but there, Ana Satila of Brazil, the winner of the third quarter-final here at the 2018 ICF Canoe Slalom Extreme World Championships. So Ana is, well, she's had a busy weekend. She has paddled outstandingly. She made the women's kayak final and the C1 women's final. So good performance there as we watch the slow-mo. It's actually Hayley Daniels that touches the water first. But, well, Ana Satila gets well into the lead by the exit of the first upstream gate. So we've got the women's kayak quarterfinals at the moment. At the end of the women's kayak quarterfinals, then we'll start with the men's kayak quarterfinals. Then, when that's complete, we'll be up with the women's semi-finals. And, well, within the next hour, we will know who is crowned world champion in extreme canoe slalom in the men's and the women's kayak events. Well, we're ready for the final 4 competitors in these quarterfinals. Here we have, well, to start with, from left to right, it is from the Czech Republic, Barbara Valikova, wearing bib number 2. Then, next, it is Florence Mahou of Canada, wearing bib number 3. Next, it is Maria Luz Cassini of Argentina, wearing bib number 4. And then finally, wearing bib number 1, Victoria Us of the Ukraine. And Victoria, well, she was the fastest in the time trials, and so she got to choose her position. And we're seeing a lot of the faster boats choosing to take that right-hand side. And they're away. Victoria Us, and well, has got off to an early lead, as well as the competitor Florence Mahou of Canada. But this is where we start to get the information. Well, actually, it is Barbara Valikova for the Czech Republic now, who leads us into the middle section. All change at the top. The tactics working there. In second place at the moment, it is bib number 3, Florence Mahou of Canada. Then the favourite, Victoria Us, wearing bib number 1, only in third place at the moment. So a little bit of work to do. how each of these obstacles is judged, and there's no appealing. It is disqualification if you don't negotiate it properly. Well, Victoria Urs had the opportunity to get ahead there, but it is still leading the way. Bib number 2, Barbara Valikova of the Czech Republic, provisionally into the semi-final, ahead of Florence Mahut of Canada, Victoria Urs of the Ukraine in 3rd place, and provisionally eliminated at this stage of the competition. Well, as I look at this, I think Barbara Valikova has been disqualified at the moment. So looking, number 2 has been disqualified for incorrect negotiation of one of the obstacles, and that means that Florence Mahut of Canada is our quarter-final winner, progresses through into the semi-finals, and then Victoria Urs, well, you're through to the semi-finals for the Ukraine. Maria Luz Cassini of Argentina, 3rd place, but unfortunately not enough. There is confirmation of the result. This is the final quarter-final. We're down to 8 boats for the semi-finals, and those 8 boats will be Naomi Fox of Australia, Martina Wegman of the Netherlands, Rosalind Lawrence of Australia, Paulina Mukalieva of the Russian Federation, Anna Satila, the home favourite for Brazil, Marie-Célia Lafont of France, and Florence Mahut of Canada, and the final qualifier, Victoria Urs of the Ukraine. 8 boats now into this, the Extreme Canoe Slalom World Championships Women's Kayak quarter-finals, and we now know who will be racing in the semi-finals. Here's that confirmation. This shows you the progression into the first of the semi-finals. We'll have that up in a few minutes' time. So Martina Wegman, Paulina Mukalieva, Rosalind Lawrence and Naomi Fox. And then in the second semi-final, we will have the local favourites, Anna Satila from Brazil, racing head-to-head with Victoria Urs, Marie-Célia Lafont and Florence Mahut of Canada. So you can see the sun shining intently here at the Diodoro Olympic Park from the Rio 26 Olympic Games in Brazil. The crowd very much enjoying the spectacle that is extreme canoe slalom. As I say, the second time this event has been staged on the ICF Canoe Slalom World Championship programme. First time last year, 2017, at Pau in the foothills of the Pyrenees in southern France. And now this year in Rio de Janeiro. Well, we've seen fantastic championships here. We've been welcomed by the Brazilians, and they've delivered us a memorable championships here. But still, 2 events to be crowned here in the Extreme Canoe Slalom World Championships. So we're straight away back into action with the K1 Men's quarter-finals here at the Extreme Canoe Slalom World Championships 2018 in Rio de Janeiro. Here's our start list. The 4 quarter-finals will take us through into the semi-finals. And, well, there you can see it. Thomas Bersinger leading the way. Then the other quarterfinals, we'll talk you through those, but what I should bring to your attention is 2 of the big favourites went out in the first round of this competition. Mikhail Smolan of the United States of America, who was lying 3rd in the World Cup standings, is out of the competition, and Michael Dawson out too, who was lying at top in the World Cup standings. So here is the start lineup for the first of the 4 quarter-final heats. And, well, first up for Argentina, it is Thomas Bersinger. Then, wearing bib number 3, Igor Sviet of the Ukraine. Next, wearing bib number 1, it is Thomas Bersinger. So apologies there, it is number 2, I misquoted there. So it's Sergei Mainistov wearing bib number 2, but we're underway with racing, and wow, not a lot to choose in the early stages. Now remember, they have to go into an upstream gate, and well, that's a good little move there from Igor Sviet of the Ukraine wearing bib number 3. Sneaks ahead, but it is at the moment Sergei Mainistov of the Russian Federation leading the way, with Igor Sviet of the Ukraine closely following behind. Remember, the 3 competitors, only 2 will progress through into the semi-final. Well, coming out of the roll section, Sergei Mainistov is still ahead. But has he missed the gate? Has he missed the gate? Igor Sviet coming now into the lead, into the gate 7. And in second place, it's all changed, because in second place now, it is Thomas Bersinger. So it looks like the order is bib number 3, Igor Sviet of the Ukraine, takes the lead and into the semi-finals. Second place, it is Thomas Bersinger of Argentina. There, they know it. They are in, and actually, Sergei Mainistov, who doesn't make it through into the semi-final, is actually disqualified. There we are, the winner, Igor Sviet of the Ukraine, is into the World Championship Men's Kayak Extreme Canoe Slalom semi-final. There's the result. Thomas Bersinger of Argentina will join Igor in that semi-final. That'll be up very shortly, and here we see the start. Well, bib number 1, Thomas Bersinger, got a good start, but then it all changed. Bersinger ended up quite a long way back, and then a mistake from Sergei Mainistov of the Russian Federation let Thomas Bersinger right back into the game. In fact, let's watch it here, because here comes Sergei Mainistov, and that's him missing the downstream gate 6, and that's where the disqualification happened. That's what let Thomas Bersinger right back into the racing. So we know our 2 semi-finalists so far. It's Igor Sviet of the Ukraine and Thomas Bersinger of Argentina. And now straight into the second of our quarter-finals. 4 boats have progressed it through, and we will start from left to right. We'll introduce the boats. First up, Fredrik Valen of Sweden, wearing bib number 4. Then next up, wearing bib number 3, Andras Echeverria Olguin of Chile. Then wearing bib number 2, from Canada, it is Ben Haywood. And then, well, fresh from the K1 men's final earlier on today in the canoe slalom event. From France, Boris Neveu, wearing bib number 1, top seed. They're under starters' orders. And we're racing. Well, Boris Neveu of France, wearing bib number 1. Made a good start, but it is pretty much straight head-to-head with Fredrik Valen of Sweden. But a good comeback from Ben Hayward of Canada. Bit of a tussle going on. Don't quite know what's going on with our Chilean competitor. Well, he is disqualified. So let's turn our attention onto the roll section. It is Boris Neveu of France who is well ahead at this stage, just needs to keep it tidy. Then in second place it's Fredrik Valen of Sweden, and closely followed by Ben Hayward of Canada wearing bib number 2, but it could all change here, and Ben Hayward of Canada sneaks in ahead and is all changed. So it is going to be Boris Neveu of France who takes the first place in the semi-final, and Ben Hayward of Canada provisionally again into the semi-final. And all on the bottom of the part of the course, it's Fredrik Valen misses out for Sweden, just in that upstream gate 7. So, Boris Neveu, you're through to this afternoon's semi-finals. Well done. Ben Hayward of Canada also joins Boris in that semi-final. At this stage, Fredrik Valen eliminated from the competition for Sweden, and Andras Echeverria Olguin of Chile disqualified early on in the competition by missing the first upstream gates. There's the confirmation. Well, we'll see Boris Neveu. He must be one of the favourites now in that semi-final. Well, at the end of this competition, Boris Neveu, he certainly knew he was comfortably into the semi-final. And that move at the bottom, Ben Hayward of Canada gets into the next round. So, straight into the third quarter-final race. Again, 4 boats lined up, the best 4 from the previous round, and looking for a place in that semi-final. So, first up for Italy, Christian De Dionici, wearing bib number 2. Then, James Lancaster Real of Chile, wearing bib number 4. Next up, Lucas Verro of Switzerland, wearing bib number 3. Well, he finished 11th in the men's kayak semi-final yesterday, just missed out on a place in the final. And well, here's a finalist, he's a medalist from earlier on today, Pavel Igel of the Russian Federation, wearing bib number 1, and surely a favourite for the World Cup title and the World Championship title. Well, we're racing, and a good start from the far side. Pavel Igel, whoa, having a big problem on the top section. So the early race leader, it is De Dionici of Italy. Really getting away. There's a bit of pushing and shoving going on there, and at the moment now it is Pavel Igel in second place for the Russian Federation, but it's De Dionici leading by quite a margin at this stage in the competition as he comes into the roll gates. Nicely through there. Then Pavel Igel wearing bib number 1. Nicely through there. Next up, wearing bib number 3, it is Lucas Verro of Switzerland. And then finally, it is our competitor from Chile, but all could change on the bottom section. Well, head-to-head for that final place. Has Pavalaigel missed out? I don't think so, because I think Lucas Vero may not have made it through that final obstacle. We'll have to wait and see. Just wait for confirmation of the result. One thing's for sure, Christian De Dionigi of Italy is through to the next round of the competition. They're wearing bib number 2. Yeah, he knows it. Next round into the semi-final. And just waiting to see who takes the next place in that semi-final. Well, it's Lucas Vero of Switzerland takes the next place in the semi-final and sneaks ahead of Pavalaigel on that final upstream move. Let's watch this in slow-mo. Yeah, watch out here for the yellow boat, number 1, Pavalaigel. He loses his grip on his paddle and then takes a big impact on the obstacles here. And, well, his problems continue through the course, and he must have been one of the favourites, but eliminated at this stage in the competition. So, just as we finish the third quarter-final, we're into the final round of this quarter-final. Men's kayak extreme canoe slalom here in Rio de Janeiro. And, well, some big names here. And we will find our list of paddlers. Well, first up, Pedro Goncalves of Brazil, wearing bib number 2. 6th at the Olympic Games here, and a very popular paddler on the circuit. Next up, wearing bib number 4, Jakub Stanowski of Slovakia. Then it is Tren Long of the United States of America, wearing bib number 3. And this guy needs no introduction. Vit Brindis of the Czech Republic, wearing bib number 1. Second fastest overall in the qualification round. And we're off. Oh, Vit Brindis gets a great start. So too does Pedro Goncalves of Brazil. They are our early leaders. They switch sides. That's an interesting tactic. So Pedro Goncalves comes out first. Then it is Vit Brindis. Yeah, then it is Vit Brindis. So at the moment, Pedro Goncalves of Brazil leading the way ahead of Vit Brindis. And then it's Tren Long. So it is, well, the final move now will separate the boats out, but it looks like safely through the first 2. Pedro Goncalves of Brazil is going to take the race win and progress through to the semi-final. Vit Brindis for the Czech Republic comfortably through as well, and eliminated at this stage of the competition. Jakub Stanowski of Slovakia, who is in 3rd place, and Tren Long of the United States of America disqualified. So there, quarter-final, race 4 winner, Pedro Goncalves of Brazil. Confirmation of the result. Vit Brindis goes through in 2nd place, and then Jakub Stanowski and Tren Long 3rd and 4th place respectively. So we know our 8 semi-finalists here in the ICF Canoe Slalom Extreme World Championships, and it's the men's K1 Extreme Canoe Slalom, and our 8 semi-finalists are Igor Zviet of the Ukraine, Thomas Bersinger of Argentina, Boris Naveau of France, Ben Hayward of Canada, Christian De Dionici of Italy, Lucas Ferro of Switzerland, Pedro Goncalves of Brazil, and Vit Prindis of the Czech Republic. Certainly a comfortable win there for Pedro Goncalves of Brazil. So in this bottom section, it's pretty straightforward, but if you have boats really in close proximity to each other, then there's a big risk that all can change. There he is, very happy in front of his home crowd, and into the semi-finals. So there's a summary of the results. That first semi-final will be up in around about 15 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes. Boris Naveau of France, alongside Thomas Bersinger, Ben Hayward and Igor Zviet. And then in that second semi-final, Vit Prindis, Christian De Dionici of Italy, Pedro Goncalves, and then Lucas Ferro. That's the order. But not a lot of time between these rounds to prepare as we enjoy the beautiful weather here in Rio de Janeiro. Let's just capture some of the action from that men's K1 quarter-final here at the Extreme Canoe Slalom before we get back to the women's K1 Extreme Canoe Slalom semi-finals. Well, we are now ready for the women's K1 Extreme Canoe Slalom semi-finals. So it's starting to get towards the sharp end of racing, and here is the start list. 2 semi-finals, and then we'll have the Extreme Canoe Slalom World Championship final very shortly indeed. But, well, surely Martina Wegman, who is sitting with, she was the fastest in the time trial, will be a favourite for this event. And she goes off in this first of the 2 semi-finals. So let me introduce you to the paddlers. Wearing bib number 2, it is Polina Mugalieva from the Russian Federation. Then wearing bib number 3 for Australia, Rosalind Lawrence. Then next, wearing bib number 4, Naomi Fox, again from Australia. And then finally, wearing bib number 1, Martina Wegman of the Netherlands. So remember, 4 boats, only 2. The top 2 will progress to the finals. And we're racing. Great start from Martina Wegman, wearing bib number 1 in that yellow boat. She gets away well. Rosalind Lawrence going for the right hand upstream, but takes a big hit on the obstacles. Martina nearly having a look at the bottom of the river. So it's all changed at the top, because now it is Polina Mugalieva of the Russian Federation, wearing bib number 2, leading the first part of the competition. And actually extending the advantage as she comes into the roll zone. Then it's bib number 1, Martina Wegman of the Netherlands. Then Rosalind Lawrence wearing bib number 3 for Australia. And then at the back of the field, it is Naomi Fox, again of Australia. All could change though, and Martina Wegman very low into the upstream gate 7. This is a great opportunity for Rosalind Lawrence, but almost the Australians knocking each other out. And it looks like it is going to be Polina Mugalieva of the Russian Federation and Martina Wegman of the Netherlands going through into the Extreme Canoe Slalom K1 Women's Final. There we see them in shot, wearing bib number 1, bib number 2. The winner, Polina Mugalieva of the Russian Federation. Through into this, the World Championship Extreme Canoe Slalom Final. And, well, good competition there. Eliminated at this stage, Rosalind Lawrence and Naomi Fox of Australia. So here we see that slow motion. Martina Wegman made a great start, wearing bib number 1. But then didn't have it all her way in this first upstream. Nearly ended up capsizing. But she's through to the final in the end. Here we are, the winner of the first of the 2 semi-finals, Polina Mugalieva. The 2 Australian paddlers there, Rosalind Lawrence and Naomi Fox, having a good bit of pushing and shoving there as they enjoy that final upstream. So the second of our semi-finals is about to get underway. Here's the start list, and well, local favourite wearing bib number 1, Anna Shatila, is on the start line there. But let's introduce you to the paddlers. Wearing bib number 2 for the Ukraine, Victoria Us. She's raced in canoe and kayak throughout this competition. Then for Canada, wearing bib number 4, Florence Mahou. Then wearing bib number 3, Marie-Zélia Lafont of France. Raced at the 2016 Olympic Games on this course. And another competitor very familiar with this course from the Olympic Games, Ana Sachila of Brazil. So they're under starters' orders. And we're racing. Well, not a lot to choose between them on the first start, but a great start from Ana Sachila, wearing bib number 1. And she goes into the upstream right. Looks like she'll get away. She'll get away well. Marie-Zélia Lafont, wearing bib number 3, is into second place now. Let's have a look. Well, Ana Sachila extending that lead at the moment. Marie-Zélia Lafont in second place. Coming into the roll zone in third place, it is Florence Mahou of Canada. And then Victoria Us holding up the rear in bib number 2 at the back. And actually, Victoria Us looks like she might have rolled after the roll zone. We'll have to wait and see there, but still, it's, well, just about Ana Sachila of Brazil wearing bib number 1 who's going to take the win here. But it's going to be close for second place between Marie-Zélia Lafont and Florence Mahou of Canada. Who's going to get it? Well, Ana Sachila of Brazil is disqualified, eliminated from the competition. And Victoria Us eliminated for not completing her role in time. And Marie-Zélia Lafont of France is our race winner. So, big shock there that Ana Sachila of Brazil, who was surely the pre-race favourite, is disqualified on her run. We might see that on some of the slow motions, but it is Marie-Célia Lafont who will progress through. But as I look at the results, it is, well, the results have changed, but it is Anna Satila will qualify through. So Florence Mahou has also been disqualified, and therefore it is Brazil's Anna Satila and Marie-Célia Lafont who are our last finalists. So let's just give you a rundown of our 4 women's kayak extreme canoe slalom finalists. And that's Polina Mukaleva of the Russian Federation, Martina Wegman of Netherlands, and Marie-Célia Lafont of France, and then Anna Satila of Brazil. And she qualifies through on the basis that actually 3 of the 4 paddlers were disqualified, but she was the fastest down the course. So that women's kayak 2018 Extreme Canoe Slalom World Championship final will be up very shortly. And here's confirmation of the progressions from this semi-final and the start list for this afternoon's Extreme Canoe Slalom World Championship final. So, as we completed the women's kayak extreme slalom semi-finals, let's focus on the K1 men's. It's semi-finals time here at the 2018 Canoe Slalom World Championships in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. And here is the start list. 2 semi-finals, 8 boats, but only 4 places up for grabs in this afternoon's final. So, here is the first of our semi-finals. Well, some big names in there. Boris Neveu wearing bib number 1 on paper, the favourite, but Extreme Canoe Slalom doesn't necessarily respect the favourites, as we see Igor Tsviet of the Ukraine. He was very comfortably qualified through in the last round. And then for Canada, Ben Hayward wearing bib number 3. Next up, for Argentina, Thomas Bersinger wearing bib number 2. And for France, Boris Neveu, a world champion in the canoe slalom event. Well, can he add a world champion title in extreme canoe slalom? Well, they're under starters' orders. Well, nothing to choose between them. A lot of clashing of paddles, but it is Boris Neveu who gets away well into the first of the upstream gates. Bit of bashing and crashing, and in, well, first place still Boris Neveu at the moment. In second place it is Thomas Bersinger of Argentina. Then it's Ben Hayward of Canada, and Igor Tsviet has been pushed back into 4th place as they come into the roll section, but Ben Hayward disqualified, so lying in 4th place now anyway. And quite comfortably out in front now. It is Boris Neveu wearing bib number 1. And then wearing bib number 2, it is Thomas Bersinger of Argentina as they come down together. Well, they're both into the World Championship final. And yeah, Igor Zviet and Ben Hayward disqualified for incorrect negotiation there. Just wait for confirmation of who takes those 2 places into the final. So the culmination of World Cup racing over the course of the 2018 season. Double points here. And well, we'll have to see, but it's all to play for because of those top names going out early on in the competition. Mikael Smolen, Michael Dawson, both out. But there, Thomas Bersinger of Argentina confirmed as our race winner of the first semi-final. Boris Neveu of France goes through in 2nd place. And eliminated at this stage of the competition, Ben Hayward of Canada and Igor Zviet of the Ukraine. So we know our first 2 finalists here. It's Thomas Bersinger of Argentina and Boris Neveu of France, wearing bib number 1. You can see, though, he didn't have it all his way, despite the big lead he had at the top of the course. So who's going to join Thomas Bersinger and Boris Neveu in this extreme canoe slalom final? Well, this is the 2nd semi-final, 4 boats, and only the top 2 will go through. So first to introduce, it's Christian De Dionigi of Italy, wearing bib number 2. Then the local favourite, Pedro Goncalves of Brazil, better known as Pepe, wearing bib number 3. Then Lucas Verro of Switzerland, wearing bib number 4. And Vit Prindis of the Czech Republic, wearing bib number 1. He was 4th in this event in 2017 at the World Championships. What can he do now? Pedro Goncalves gets away early, wearing bib number 3 for Brazil. Powers into the first of the upstreams, but, well, has he garaged? No, he seems to have rescued that. Coming out, number 2, it's Christian De Dionigi of Italy at the moment, lying in 2nd place, but it's Vit Prindis coming down on the outside. Well, we'll have to wait and see there, but Pedro Goncalves of Brazil, certainly the early race leader. There we see him roll in the blue boat. Then it is Christian De Dionigi in wearing bib number 2. But it looks like, has Pedro missed a gate? Well, he's certainly not quite sure what he's doing, but Vit Prindis now goes over the drop, wearing bib number 1 in the lead. So, well, it's all changing. Well, Pedro Goncalves of Brazil has been disqualified. He clearly had missed a gate. Then Vit Prindis is, well, wearing bib number 1. Looks like he is our race winner. Christian De Dionigi takes the 2nd spot in that final, with Lucas Verro of Switzerland going into 3rd. There, confirmation. Vit Prindis of the Czech Republic takes the win in the semi-final 2nd heat. Christian De Dionigi of Italy is in 2nd and goes into the final. Well, let's watch that. Pedro gets a great start with bib number 3. Has a massive lead at the halfway point, but then doesn't correctly negotiate the course and ends up disqualified. That's the excitement of extreme canoe slalom here in Rio de Janeiro. So here we see the start list for the final. That will be up very shortly. But Vitprindis, Boris Neveu, Christian De Dionigi and Thomas Bersinger will fight it out for the title here in Rio de Janeiro. But let's turn our attention next to the women's kayak Extreme Canoe Slalom World Cup final. So I think Martina Wegman, as the series winner so far up to this point, is in pole position. Double points up for grabs, but probably quite hard to catch. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Here they are. It's final time. The 4 boats in this final. Attention mounts. It's all down to this run. So let's introduce our 4 finalists. First of those, Paulina Mukhalieva of the Russian Federation, wearing bib number 2. Then it's Ana Sachila of Brazil, wearing bib number 3. Then we have Marie-Célia Lafont of France. She's wearing bib number 4. And Martina Wegman of the Netherlands, wearing bib number 1. So it's all going to be down to this final for the overall World Cup title between Martina Wegman and Ana Sachila. Well, that's a great start from Martina Wegman, wearing bib number 1. But we know it won't always hold the test of time. So, into the up left for Martina. And Martina getting forced out. It's all change here, but at the moment, Martina Wegman leading the way ahead of Paulina Mukhalieva of the Russian Federation. Ana Sachila down in 3rd at the moment in the red boat, wearing bib number 3. And then Marie-Célia Lafont of France is in 4th place. So cleanly rolled for Martina Wegman, leading the way with bib number 1. Paulina Mukhalieva of the Russian Federation, wearing bib number 2. But Ana Sachila close on her heels, wearing bib number 3. And wow, Ana Sachila, well, is she going to take the lead here? It's a sensational final. It's going to be a sprint finish, and Ana Sachila of Brazil is surely going to take the title here as she sprints to the finish and wins the Extreme Canoe Slalom final. Well, the Brazilian crowd are definitely getting excited here. Now, let me work out the calculations, because up to this point, Martina Wegman had a 15-point advantage. And in that World Cup standings, it's double points up for grabs. So Ana Sachila takes 120 points, which gives her 235 points overall. And well, there's the confirmation of the result. Ana Sachila wins the World Championship final ahead of Martina Wegman and Paulina Mukhalieva of the Russian Federation. But in terms of the World Cup standings, then let's have a look at this. It will be Martina Wegman of the Netherlands who takes the title. That is my back of the envelope calculations, with 240 points ahead of Ana Sachila of Brazil on 235 points. But very much provisional, those results. But let's just enjoy watching that final back, because wow, there was some excitement.
Anna Satilla, you finally have a World Championship gold medal around your neck here in Rio.
Yeah, I'm so happy. I was very sad with my final T1 this morning, and finally to have this medal here with this crown, it's really awesome. It was everyone cheering, so I'm very happy now.
That was a very sneaky move on the last upgate.
I can't believe I did that. Actually, I was planning before to do really short exit, and finally it's worth it, so I'm really happy.
And you snuck into the final even though you were disqualified. You've had a good lucky day.
Yeah, I was changing already because I didn't know the final result, and I was lucky.
Well done, Anna.
Thank you so much.
Well, great to see Brazil getting a World Championship title. Gold medal for Ana Satilla of Brazil. She took silver in this event in 2017. And, well, amazing performance. And, well, we've really been treated with a great World Championships here in Rio de Janeiro. A huge warm welcome from the Brazilian people. And, well, it's great to be back at this Olympic venue 2 years on from the Games. But let's turn our attention to this men's K1 World Championship final and the final of the World Cup Series. These are the four boats in contention for the world title. First up, Christian De Dionigi of Italy, wearing bib number 3. Been consistent performer through this competition. Next, Thomas Bersinger of Argentina, wearing bib number 4. Now, surely the favourite, Boris Neveu of France, wearing bib number 2. And then Vit Brindis of the Czech Republic, wearing bib number 1. Not long to go until we crown the world champion. Well, who's going to get the early advantage? It's hard to tell at the moment, but Boris Neveu has been squeezed out wearing bib number 2. So it is all in the hands of, well, Vit Brindis has got garaged up. So the early advantage goes to Christian De Dionigi of Italy at the moment. Vit Brindis has recovered to come into second place. Then it is Thomas Bersinger of Argentina and Boris Neveu of France, squeezed out at the back. So at the moment, the race is being commanded at the front by Christian De Dionigi of Italy. As we come over the drop, but Vit Brindis tries to take the advantage. Will he be stopped there by Boris Neveu? Well, it's Christian De Dionigi with a sprint finish. Boris Neveu, what a comeback for France. But it is Christian De Dionigi who is going to take the win ahead of Boris Neveu of France and Vit Brindis of the Czech Republic into third place. And squeezed out at the end, Thomas Bersinger of Argentina. But let's just confirm that, because Vit Brindis has been disqualified in the competition. Didn't see what that was, but that means that Thomas Bersinger moves up to third place and bronze medalist in this competition. So provisional results, Christian De Dionigi, there we go, wins the World Cup final, wins the World Championship here in 2018, the Extreme Canoe Slalom K1 Men's World Champion. There is the results. Christian De Dionigi takes the gold, Boris Neveu of France takes silver, Thomas Bersinger of Argentina takes the bronze medal. And, well, we'll have to just do some calculations. So enjoy the slow-mo whilst I just do the calculations for the World Cup overall title.
Christian, you are a world champion. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
What was it like for you out there?
Oh, it wasn't expected at all. I just wanted to enjoy all my runs and I did it, so it was really fun.
Have you done a lot of extreme slalom before here?
I've competed in a couple of World Cup and I was second in Ivrea, but not this year. I was focusing more on the slalom, but I did the last race and it was good.
Nice to go home as a world champion. Well done, Christian.
Thank you very much.
Well, great to see Christian taking a gold medal for Italy in this, the final event of the Canoe Slalom World Championships 2018 here in Rio de Janeiro. The sun sets on a great championship we've had, and well, what a championship we've had. We've had the C1 men's title go to Germany's Franz Anton. The K1 women went to Australia's Jessica Fox. The C1 women, again, Australia's Jessica Fox, and the K1 men's went to Germany's Franz Anton. Now we've just seen the extreme canoe slalom. Ana Satila of Brazil takes the gold, and Christian De Dionigi of Italy takes the gold in the men's K1 event. Well, the extreme canoe slalom events have been a great way to cap a great ICF Canoe Slalom World Championships. Well, we'll be back in 12 months' time with the Canoe Slalom World Championships in La Seu d'Urgell in Spain. And of course, the World Cup season will get back underway in June 2019. But I'm sure you've been impressed with the quality of the championships here. 37 nations, 250 athletes have been competing to take these World Championship crowns, and what a competition it has been. There, Brazil taking a well-deserved gold medal with Ana Satila to add to her silver medal in 2017. So, from myself, Andy Maddock, and from Rio de Janeiro and the 2018 ICF Canoe Slalom World Championships, it's goodbye and good night.